All right, so I finally got these in hand and on feet, and I gotta tell you guys, this is like, it's always exciting when you get a pair of sneakers that you look forward to getting and they're like better than you expected, and that's again what I got in this box right here, the red box, New Balance logo on it. This is the Hero V7, but this is the Gore-Tex version. And I gotta tell you guys, man, just right out the box, this colorway, kind of Grinch looking, love that. Very bright, very vibrant. I could have gone like more of a subtle version, but honestly, I really like the craziness of this one. But the colorway was great, but as soon as I grabbed this midsole, I squished on this, I was like, what is this? Because this does not feel like the traditional Fresh Foam X. It actually feels a little bit softer, which I'm confused. I'm like, did they change the formula again? Because this is, again, softer than the predecessor and softer than other Fresh Foam X. Anyways, I'll do a foam density check to see for sure, but this is the previous version that I have, the Hero V6 Gore-Tex version. And you can see I went with kind of a more simple colorway on this one. I wanted to go kind of crazy out of the box because I could still wear these ones, but now I have the newer versions, and this is something else. Honestly, better than I expected again. As soon as I put them on, I was like, okay, the Fresh Foam feels softer. The updated look is pretty nice. It's not too drastic of a change, but it's noticeably different than the previous version, especially with the difference in materials, which I was kind of worried about because Gore-Tex, you know, like this one looks like it's Gore-Tex, this one looks like it's mesh. So I was like, is this gonna work? And then I did the water test and I was like, okay, tried and true. I mean, it's definitely Gore-Tex. It definitely works. There was no water seepage through in the inside of my foot. And the best thing about this is I got a wide version. So for those people that have wider feet, this is probably the best Gore-Tex version of a sneaker or sneaker, trail sneaker, in my opinion, that I've tried. Not too terrible for what you get in this package. Excited to review these. Let's go ahead and get into it. The New Balance Hero V7 Gore-Tex. Guys, so this is Hess. If you guys are new to my channel, I do sneaker reviews on a regular basis over here, and I appreciate you all for stopping by and watching the video. If you guys do want to buy a pair of these, I will link them down in the description to go over to New Balance's page. And this video is going to be sponsored by New Balance. However, they don't dictate anything that I say in the video, but it's a great partnership where I get to actually get product in hand and then do reviews for you guys on whatever I choose. And they, again, don't even see the preview of the videos that I post. I just get to post them. But honestly, it's a perfect pairing because I'm really excited about the products, and they have some of the best stuff on the market in a lot of different categories. In fact, there's like probably 5 shoes this year that I'm just like absolutely sprung over. New Balance Fuel Cell Rebel V3, the Fresh Foam X More V4s, 1080 V12s. They have 3 different versions. And then probably my favorite, the Fuel Cell Super Comp trainers. Those things are absolute beasts. I've done reviews on all those sneakers on my channel. I will be doing kind of a head-to-head comparison between them because they have kind of different pluses and minuses depending on what you're looking for on a shoe, but all of them are excellent in my opinion. It's like buying like an HD TV basically. No matter which one you're gonna get, it's gonna be great, but some things are a little bit better than others. Any which way, this is another one that I'm just super excited about, man. I live in Oregon, so Gore-Tex is definitely kind of like a plus, especially this time of year. I'm going to kids' soccer games outside, and you're just out and about, walking to the park, even to the mailbox, which is not very far from my house, but it's far enough of a walk. You go through the grass, my feet get wet every single time, so Gore-Tex options. This is probably the one that I wore the most in the last year, going to the mailbox every single time, or the park, because it's really easy to get on. It's in my garage, I just throw them on a go. And the V6 version was really excellent, honestly. The Gore-Tex version, amazing. The V7, though, has some updates worth noting, and I'll get into the description of this in just a second, but I do want to check the foam density, because as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, I do feel like this is lighter, or softer, or springier, or just something different about this Fresh Foam X. So I wanted to check it out. I'm like 33, 35, depending on where I go. And let's go check on this one. This one's harder to find a spot. Yeah, this one's definitely firmer, though. This is like 40, 37. This is like between 36 and 40. This is like between 33 and 37. So noticeably to the touch, when you have both of the foams next to each other, the soft springiness of this is different. It's noticeably softer in this than the predecessor. I don't have any official words from the brand or anything like that, but it's just something that somebody actually left a comment in one of my videos and said that the Fresh Foam X was softer in here, and I was like, no way. As soon as I got them, I was like, okay, he's right. Like, they are right. So shout out to them for leaving a comment in the comment of the video. And I believe a V13 version of like the 880s or 860s has the same foam. But as far as I know, those are the only 2 on the market that have it. So even the 1080 V12s does not have this foam. I'm hopeful that the 1080 V13s will have this same exact Fresh Foam X, because this, let me tell you, as soon as you put them on, like the Fresh Foam X is good, don't get me wrong, like it's always been good, But then you try on fuel cell and you're like, okay, fuel cell is much, much softer, squishier, it's more responsive. The snapback from fuel cell is there, but it's definitely bouncier and squishier and just softer to the touch. Like the foam density of fuel cell is like unbelievably good, better than pretty much anything on the market. Then you have this now, which is not as soft as that, but it's soft in hand enough where it feels like there's some bounce back here even. So it's almost like an in-between of fuel cell and regular Fresh Foam X. And this means that there's a lot of future potential in this, just making it that much softer. Especially for a trail shoe like this, you could definitely have the absorption from the rocks or whatever else a little bit easier with this type of Fresh Foam versus the previous ones. So right out of the gate, this one is definitely softer on feet than the previous version, and I think that's an amazing feat. But let's go ahead and get into some of the details of what New Balance actually says about the product. So this is the Fresh Foam X Hierro V7 GTX Gore-Tex version, and it's actually 160, not 150, I apologize. 140 is the standard, 160 is the Gore-Tex. $20 more and you get the Gore-Tex version. 100% worth it in my opinion, at least from somebody in Oregon. They do have wide versions as well as standard, but for a wide footer like myself, getting a wide version, amazingly good. I got the wide version of these and the predecessor, absolutely love it. It's a perfect fit for myself. People love the idea of adventure in the great outdoors, but there's more to the natural landscape than fresh air and scenic views. Uneven terrain, debris, and moisture are often challenges to the footwear that require specialized construction. For those who take on going off the beaten path literally, there is Fresh Foam X Hierro, a dedicated off-road application of our best running technology. The Fresh Foam X Hierro V7 Gore-Tex employs a Vibram Megagrip outsole and a Gore-Tex waterproof lining to create a protective shell of durability and traction around the signature Fresh Foam X cushioning. Fresh Foam X midsole delivers our most cushioned Fresh Foam experience for incredible comfort. Synthetic mesh uppers, Gore-Tex waterproof fabrics, protects feet from wind, rain, and water without sacrificing breathability. Upper features a breathable yet protected construction, and no-sew overlays for sleek fit and feel. And these are 11.3 ounces, it says on their site. It doesn't feel like 11 ounces, so I got to double check that. It is in fact 11 ounces. The predecessor is 12.2, so this is a little bit lighter than the previous version. So a quick comparison to the predecessor. Honestly, this is a great model, like I said, and it has an overall shape that is very similar with the Hierro V6 and 7. However, the materials on the toe box are different. I like that it's just more of a standard mesh. The other one wasn't bad, but this one looks just more like a regular pair, not like a Gore-Tex. It's like a sneaky Gore-Tex version. You do have fused material around the toe, and then it does say toe protect on both of them. And then you do have fused overlays for the laces on both as well. You also do have an additional lockdown on the 7s at the bottom of the middle lace. The tongue is a little bit thinner on the V7 than the V6, which is probably why there's a weight reduction, but it's honestly not that noticeable. It doesn't feel uncomfortable because it's thinner. I just wanted to throw that out there. Also, it does say Gore-Tex around the collar on both of them, and then the N is prominent on both sides as well, and then the Gore-Tex on the medial side. They did go away with this mountain branding back here. I've seen this on some of the New Balance shoes. They don't have that on the newer version. Not sure if they just changing direction of branding, but it's not there anymore. You do have similar like baseball stitching around the heel cup of the shoe. However, the heel cup is extended much further on the 7s than on the 6s. And then both of them do say Fresh Foam on the back. However, I do like that they clarify the branding, because on the 6s, it just says Fresh Foam. Didn't say Fresh Foam X. On the 7s, it does say Fresh Foam X on the midsole. I like that there's more clear, concise branding with the Fresh Foam X on the newer version. It's just a simple thing, but it makes so much more sense than writing Fresh Foam on material that's not Fresh Foam. The midsole design, they actually changed it up a little bit. It was kind of like a little bit of a hex pattern on the previous, and then it kind of looks like more like alligator skin or something like that on the newer version. Still some hex, but a different variation of design on the midsole, and I'm not mad at it. I kind of like the newer version a little bit better. It does say Vibram up the side of the shoe, so you know that the traction is going to be good. And then you look at the outsole of the shoe and you can see that the traction patterns are changed up quite a bit. They actually went with a more spacing in between the lugs than the previous version, but they also feel like they extend downward a little bit more, so you do get a little bit extra grip on the newer version than the previous. The inner liner feels nice and soft on both of them. And then you do have a pull tab on the heel. The previous one was kind of done in a rubberized material. The V7s have nylon with a reflective strip instead, but both functional pull tabs, something that is actually really nice that they integrate. They did change the lacing a little bit here. You can see a solid color on one versus the two on the previous. And I'm not 100% sure if the laces are water treated. I didn't actually dab them after I did my water test, but I can tell you that the water test is super fun to be able to do. But honestly, I sprayed these things like crazy. I thought maybe they'd seep through a little bit, but no seepage at all. My socks were 100% dry. pretty impressive, honestly. The one thing to note though is right here where you could see these notches in the midfoot right here, that is where the tongue is attached from here downwards. So from here upwards, it's actually detached. So if you are kind of getting crazy, like you could get water in this section on the sides of the shoe. You just got to be kind of careful if you go a little bit too high because it is not attached there. But that is a good thing because they did detach it low enough that you don't feel any discomfort. Like I had, unfortunately, on the Pegasus Trail 4s from Nike, the discomfort was here so bad that I had to return them just because I couldn't get my foot in there. It wasn't like an elastic enough material, and it just kind of was sewn up too high where I just couldn't, the arc of my foot was not working to the top of here. But anyway, magnificent shoe, $160 if you need a really, really good shoe for the water, for the outdoors, for wide foot friendly, for comfort. Like this hits all those boxes in one. At 11 ounces, it's not too heavy either, considering boots and sneaker boots are usually heavier than that. 11 ounces, all in all, like an absolute beast. So quickly to go over some of the ratings that I usually go over. Sneaker sizing, true to size, but I got a wide version for a wide foot. Comfort rating, I would give like an 8.5 out of 10. Like it's really, really good. Wide foot friendly rating, yes, it's there. Breathability rating, it's not going to be the most breathable because it is Gore-Tex. Even with the perforation, you breathe into the shoe, it can't really feel the breath. So I would say probably like a 6. It's not super breathable. Stability rating is actually probably like a 7.5 out of 10 as well. The way that the base is so wide and the extra scoop on the back and just the overall design elements of the way they did the heel, it's actually really quite stable, even though the Fresh Foam is softer than the predecessor. Traction rating, I would probably give like an 8.5, 9 out of 10. It's really, really nice. The Vibram is really good, and it does have that Megagrip as it says. Durability rating, I'd probably give this like an 8, 8.5 out of 10 as well. I wore the previous version a ton, and honestly, it just lasted quite well. And the overall aesthetic rating of the shoe, I'd give like a solid 8 out of 10 as well. I actually really like the look of it. It's not too bulky, it's not too sleek, it's a bit rugged, and especially for a wide foot friendly shoe. Color blockings I like, and this crazy one, whoever decided to do this Grinch color with the crazy green and stuff, this one is fire. Like as soon as I saw it, I was like, regular color or nope, got to do this one. So I chose these ones specifically because I really like the color blocking. Anyways, if you guys want to buy a pair, link in the description. If you guys do use my link, it lets New Balance know that you checked out my video and appreciated it, liked the video or whatever, and then made the purchase. It gives me a little bit of a financial kickback, but it really lets the brand know that you guys rock with the channel, and that is greatly appreciated. Considering they help sponsor some of my content on the channel, it really supports my family, and it goes a long way, so it's always greatly appreciated. But as I mentioned, they don't tell me anything to say about the product. I don't let them preview the videos or anything like that. I get to choose any products that I want to do videos on, and since I really like the previous version, I thought for sure I was gonna like this version. I thought maybe it would be a small change from the previous. Man, it's seriously so much better. It's crazy how much they're able to evolve their own great products from the previous year. It's seriously nuts. But anyway, thank you guys for stopping by and watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully it was informative. Leave a comment in the comment section for the other people. If you bought the shoe, you tried them, you liked them, if you saw the video and you watched this video or whatever and you bought them, come back and leave a comment and let other people know pros and cons, your personal thoughts on the shoe. Be your own reviewer and let other people know so they don't think I'm just blowing smoke, because this is like, it's such an awesome pair. It's really fun to be able to review, but also I love to hear you guys' feedback in the comment section. Anyway, have a good one. Hopefully see you back for some more content. All right, peace guys.